Hey guys, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex, fighting with my camera to get it to balance. But okay, I think we've got it. So, this is one of the videos in the series that I'm doing for Scott from Colorado, who I've become good friends with now. And yeah, we just have a pile of gear to get through. So, I have a quick recap video that I've already done. So you want to maybe go check that out if you want to see a super quick look at everything. Although be forewarned, there's so much stuff. It's about a half-hour video in total. So this one, we're going to look a little bit more in depth at the flashlight holders that I built for him. So we have two of them. One of them is for an Olight S1R Baton. It's this guy here. And then we also have a Streamlight ProTac 2L, which is this guy. He asked for the ProTac to be on a tech lock in Cryptek Typhon, and the Olight to be on a Molly lock in multicam. So let's look at that guy first. So you can see I've used a little bit of a longer Molly lock. Part of the reason I could have used a shorter one, which might look a little more natural with this, but the longer it is, the more rows of webbing it goes through, and since there's only one, I wanted to just make sure it was nice and stable. I don't like having gear, you know, flopping around on the outside of my pack. So I assume a more stable look would be better. Plus, you don't really see the Molly lock quite as much when it's actually looped into Molly webbing. So you'll mostly just see that cool multicam. Excuse me. I apologize for my cough, guys. I've had it for about a month now. It's killing me. All right. As far as how it fits, you can put this in either direction. The emitter housing ultimately is the fattest part, so it's not going to want to go in that way quite as much, but you can put it in either way. I do have it set up so that the majority of, pretty much the width of the actual holder is set up to fit the thickest part of this angled texturing here on that ring. So as you put that through, you can feel it get tighter, and depending on where the button is facing, you might actually get some additional friction off of that, which, you know, depending on your taste, you may or may not like having that additional retention and friction added there. So what I personally like to do is put the button angled toward that that point of convergence between the two layers of Kydex, which actually floats it between them so it never fully touches either layer. And as you get close to it, it'll actually, because of the angled sweep up to the button, it'll kind of naturally guide itself into that perfect position where the rubber of the button doesn't touch anything. I've set it up this way because that allows you to kind of have symmetry on the light without compromising the retention. How you want to draw this out, I think the best way anyway, is to push it forward. So push it toward where the light would be pointing, because once you clear the fattest part of that, it's actually just going to kind of it's going to get a little bit of a springy ejection there. You can see it comes free very easily. So as you're carrying it, and this can go in either side, it doesn't matter, works the same way on both sides. So as you're carrying it, you want to use it, just pull it up to there, and then it's obviously loose and free to just pick out of there. So there you go. And then we have the ProTac, same idea there, only the actual emitter housing on this is quite a bit larger than the rest of the shaft of this light. So I've set it up. You want to put the tail cap in. I don't believe you can draw the whole thing through, or at least not comfortably. So because of that flaring of the side, or the fatter emitter, what I've done is flared. You might not even be able to see it really. It's pretty subtle. I can see it with my eyes, but I'm not seeing it on camera really. I flared both ends of the holder out just enough so that you can get these textured rings partly into the sheath, and that's really what's going to create retention. When you want to draw, I would just put your thumb on the tech lock and give it a good lift with your ring finger, and that's going to eject it up to there. There are some textured rings on, there's a little bit of texturing here like thumb. It's texturing so that you can get a good grip when you want to unscrew that tail cap. Those are a little bit wider than the rest of the shaft as well, so those create just a little resistance as you're drawing through. But for the most part, they'll draw through fairly smoothly. This is bi-directional as well, so essentially all you want to do is put it down in there and then force it just a little bit further down until you can feel it bottom out, and that's where it's naturally going to stop, and where you're also going to get the best retention. It also helps, I think, if you kind of twist this as you pull out. Be careful though not to twist it in the direction that will unscrew the tail cap. That might cause a disconnect in the battery, and then your light won't turn on if you allowed any gap between the two terminals in the battery. So, all right, so there we go. There's a couple of simple flashlight holders for you, and yeah, this one especially was a little bit unique. I've never really seen anything on a tech lock like that, or sorry, on a Molly lock like that. I've done one before that was a pancake style spanning across 2 Molly locks, but never quite like this. So let me know what you guys think of these. Let me know what you think of Olight versus Streamlight. I'm a huge Olight fanboy, you guys know that, so this one's going to win for me, but I'd love to know your opinions down below and what you guys think of the 2 different holders. So like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Stick around for the next one. God bless.